The Medical Research Council has warned that in the next 6 months, the number of people infected with the AIDS virus could reach 100,000. They've asked the government for a further £500,000 towards their research programme. Today, the Secretary of State for Health, Norman Fowler, has been in Holland to see how they're trying to contain the virus.
A few December tourists on a pleasure boat pass an ordinary-looking Amsterdam city bus, filling up nicely with heroin addicts. They call them the junkie buses. There are two with windows discreetly frosted, stopping for an hour or so at well-publicised times and places to hand out what the addicts crave, drugs and needles to inject them. The addicts like to remain obscure, so an official of the health authority posed as a desperate client to demonstrate the procedure. Dirk shows and throws away 2 used needles, which could be contaminated with the AIDS virus. But there is no temptation to use needles a second time, or pass them and perhaps the virus on, because a new sterile needle is handed out for each used one returned. Today, the Social Services Secretary, Norman Fowler, could judge the bus for himself. Dutch officials told him they now see regularly 90% of Amsterdam's 8,000 addicts. The Dutch know their strategy is highly controversial. Still, they insist supplying addicts with laboratory drugs plus sterile needles seems to have reduced addiction slightly, at the same time slowing the spread of AIDS.
It is very dangerous indeed, and something which we must use everything to try to prevent, the sharing of needles. There is no question about that, and therefore all we're talking about is how we do that. And clearly ministers will be considering this.
It's late afternoon and the junkie bus is on the move again to keep another appointment with some of those most at risk of spreading AIDS. Now it's for Mr. Fowler and his cabinet colleagues to decide if this example should be followed in Britain. This is James Robbins for the 9 o'clock news in Amsterdam.